25 years is like a blink of an eye. I want to tell you a serious thing, though. For 25 years, I prayed for a miracle. And I woke up every morning with no hair. So I guess there are some things that are impossible for God. But it's pretty humbling for me. Not to be emotional, to see where I was, who I am, all my weaknesses, flaws, mistakes, and to be a part of something like that. How do you explain that? I want you to write it down, actually. Grace, absolutely. It's real. It's life-changing. It is the most powerful force in the universe. And what I have learned about grace is this: empathy. I didn't even know the word 25 years ago, but I know it now. I believe in the heart of grace is empathy. So this is what I wrote. Empathy is the very heartbeat of grace. Grace is God's love freely given, but empathy is how that love is felt in the human soul. Empathy steps into another person's suffering without turning away, without judging, and without rushing in to fix. It says, I see you, I hear you, I feel with you, and you are not alone. Shame tells us we must hide our truth. It isolates us, convinces us that if anyone knew my real story, they would turn away, my greatest fear. But empathy dismantles shame because it allows us to be fully known and still embraced. As Dr. Kurt Thompson says, this is the deepest human longing, to be fully known and the feeling of being felt. Empathy makes that possible. It is the atmosphere where the false self drops away and the true self emerges, received and loved. This is why empathy is the heart of grace. Grace is not just an idea or a doctrine. It is a lived experience of being seen, known, and loved in our weakness, in our flaws, our inadequacies. When Jesus fed the 5,000, he did not shame the hungry crowd for being unprepared. He had compassion. He felt with them. He took their lack, their small offering, and he multiplied it in abundance. This is empathy in action. That is the power of grace. In a healing community, small groups, empathy becomes the bridge from where that grace travels from one heart to another. It transforms isolation into belonging, despair into hope, and shame into freedom. Empathy is grace with flesh and blood, meeting us where we are and lifting us into the love of Christ. I close with these thoughts. Every year I try to pick a word. Last year it was posterity. This year it is, I've been practicing this word all day for weeks. Irrevocably. I did it. Yes. We can all go home now. I did it. I was so close to bailing on it. I said, you can't, I'll never get it. But seriously, listen to this closing. Hope can sometimes be an elusive thing. And occasionally, it comes to us through pain. But there it is, irrevocably. Like freedom, hope is a child of grace, and grace cannot be stopped. Like St. Paul, a man I am convinced understood the struggle of the human condition. Hope, listen to this verse, hope will not be denied because God's love has been poured out into our hearts. You sit in a group for 2 months with all these different people from all over the world, and they get to share their stories, what it's like to be them, to have been in this life, in their human condition, and to meet that with grace and empathy, that changes not only their life, but it changed the listeners' lives. I believe, and it's a grandiose belief, but I believe it, that these small groups can change the world. And the world has never been darker than it is right now. And technology increases, but we become more disconnected and more isolated. If I get disconnected from you, if I get disconnected from myself, I get disconnected from God, that is a loneliness that is death. We were created for intimacy. Into me you see. I just pray that you will prayerfully consider, join us. I can't explain it, how it has grown this much in 25 years. It surely wasn't because of anything I did, but somebody far greater than myself has been at work. I doubt I'm here in 25 more years. I hope not. But I've lost 2 friends in the last 3 weeks. Just like that. I was talking to them one day, next day I get a phone call. They're gone. And my friends of those are here tonight. I do not take one day for granted. Abraham Lincoln was faced with this great challenge. He stood in front of the world. He knew he had the power to stop slavery. For such a time as this, his life put him in that position. And he knew that not only would it save millions who were in bondage, but he said unborn millions who would be born into that slavery. We have the same responsibility, I believe, in this room. What are we, that is posterity. What are we going to do for the future generations, for the unborn that will come from this? We must, for us, as Esther said, for such a time as this is our moment. This little ministry I think it's typical of how Christ works. He takes small, broken, the least of these, and he just changes the world. Please prayerfully consider joining us in that effort. Thank you all. There's so many of you that I want to thank. You don't make 25 years without the help of lots and lots and lots of good people. I've met the finest people in my life, and I try every day to live in a way that would honor your trust and friendship. I'm an imperfect man, but I tell you what, I love well. And it's hard to believe you can get better at love as you age. You may lose your hair, so God bless you, and thank you.